Hello, I'm Matteo, the Chief Mobile Opinionist here at Tech Travel Geeks, and today we're going to start our coverage of the Google Pixel 7a. We're going to start off today with the unboxing, so I'm going to take the device out of its box, show you the contents, give you a quick hardware overview. We're then going to move on to tomorrow when we'll do a full setup video. We'll go through both hardware and software setup of the device. And then in the coming weeks, we'll be covering a range of accessories, how-to videos, and wrapping it all up in around about a month or two with our long-term review of the Google Pixel 7a. So be sure to be subscribed, have that notification bell turned on to get our coverage of the Google Pixel 7a and any other consumer electronics, gadgets and accessories which we think make the travel experience better. Anyway, we ordered the Google Pixel 7a just after it was announced at Google I/O the other day. It's now Friday, it arrived really quick. And one thing to be aware of is we ordered it directly from the Google store, and though we weren't very happy about it, we decided it was worth spending the extra £50 of the pricing on the Coral version of the Google Pixel 7a. And then last night, after the device had shipped, we got a very interesting email from Google saying that they were going to refund us the price difference and that there had been an error. So despite us being happy to spend an extra £50 to purchase the Google Pixel 7a in this colour called Coral, Google changed the price and have refunded us the £50 difference. So at time of purchase, the effective price of the Google Pixel 7a in Coral was £449 in the UK. So it's slightly more expensive than last year's Google Pixel 6a, but it arrives earlier in the year and has a pretty impressive spec sheet. So packaging is pretty straightforward. As you can see, it's very simple, very slim. And from an accessibility standpoint, it's great because you don't need a knife to open this. You have pull tabs that you can pull here to open the box. In this case, we can see that it's very simple to open, and it doesn't have a lot of purchase, it's easy to get into. So there we go, we've opened the box of the Google Pixel 7a, and you can start off by seeing this coral colour. Some would call it coral, someone could call it orange, someone at Apple would probably call this product red. You never know. Anyway, I'll pull this open and we'll put the phone down. Let's see what else is in the box. Now, there's a little box inside the bigger box with a G. That's G for Google. And we see we've got our little round SIM ejector tool. This is Google's very googly design to that. I'll put that down at the side. And then we have the documentation in here. There's a basic safety document in multiple languages there. Put that aside. And there's a Google card. And all it says is g.co/pixel/help. So that's really quite simple. This is for getting your data into your Pixel phone, switch to Pixel, and Pixel/protection for security. That's all there is in terms of documentation. The chunky little encyclopedia about safety, and that one card. And then in the box we also have a cable. This is USB Type-C to USB Type-C, which is great to see. No charger though, that's the important thing. And then we have a USB Type-C to USB Type-A female adapter. This is useful if, for example, you're wanting to transfer your data from a fruity device, such as an Apple iPhone, or another Android device. You put your USB-A ended cable into one end, plug the other end into your phone, if it's Lightning or USB-C or micro USB, and this end goes into the Google Pixel 7a. So that's essentially all there is in the box. To summarize, you've got the SIM ejector tool, the USB adapter, the USB Type-C cable, the phone, and a little bit of literature, but not a lot. And that's it. So in terms of unboxing, that's pretty much where we are. Let's have a quick look at the hardware of the Google Pixel 7a. Okay then, so the Google Pixel 7a, let's take this screen off. As you can see, it's got a quick indicator of where the SIM tray is, volume up and volume down rocker, the power button above the volume up and down rocker, the fact that that's where you charge your phone, and the fingerprint scanner is here is all illustrated on this bit of card. You take that off and you have the phone. There is no screen protector pre-installed on the Google Pixel 7a. There's no case in the box, so as usual we recommend you do get a case and maybe a screen protector to keep your device safe. Luckily for us, our friends over at 2dia have already sent us some review samples of the 2dia merge cases. So these will be covering here on the Tech Travel Geeks YouTube channel in the coming weeks, but we think that they're pretty decent cases. I've been using one on my Google Pixel 7 Pro for quite a while, and this has become my go-to case for the device. So expect those videos coming up on the Tech Travel Geeks YouTube channel soon. Right, when it comes to hardware, the Google Pixel 7a has a highlight, which is that display at the front. It is an OLED display, which means it's not AMOLED, but OLED. It has full HD resolution, and in this case it is 1080 or 1080 pixels by 2400 pixels. It's a 20:9 aspect ratio screen, and as you can see it's plenty bright in these conditions. We've got the cutout at the top for the dock. That dock is a selfie camera, which is a 13 megapixel ultra wide one. And because of the device being powered by the Tensor chip, this means that both the selfie camera and the main camera at the back can record 4K video at least 30 frames per second. The rear camera can record at 60 frames per second. So really impressive there. Speaking of cameras, as well as the 13 megapixel selfie camera we just mentioned, there is on the back a 64 megapixel standard camera. This has optical image stabilization, and there's also 13 megapixel ultra wide camera. So really impressive cameras if they're anything like the other cameras we've seen on Pixels, because it's not just about the hardware, it's about the software as well, and Google are really good at doing smartphone camera software. The camera here at the back sits in what is a sort of aluminium band, a visor, in the style of what we have on the Google Pixel 7 Pro, but obviously with one less sensor, there's one less cutout here. But really nice color, I would say, contrast between the metal band and the plastic back here for the Google Pixel 7a. Speaking of the plastic back, this is the first time on the A series that I personally have seen wireless charging. So according to the spec sheet, the Google Pixel 7a supports wireless charging up to 5 watts, which would be great for nighttime charging. But we'll see how that works in the full-on review. In terms of hardware, at the top you have a microphone hole. The finish at the sides is metal. The screen itself is Corning Gorilla Glass 3, so it's a hardened glass. It's not very scratch resistant, but it's better than nothing. It is slightly hardened to scratches as well. At the side, you just have that SIM tray here. Obviously, the Google Pixel 7a can take one physical SIM card, usually a nano SIM, and it is capable of supporting 2 SIM cards, but the second SIM card is an eSIM. So an app like iRalo or others will do, and they're ideal for travel. So keep an eye on the Tech Travel Geeks YouTube channel. We'll be doing a series of videos about SIM cards and eSIMs and how to use them when traveling. If there's any questions you have about that, feel free to leave them in the comment section below. On the right, as we saw when we were opening up, volume rocker up and down, and the power button positioned above there. Now, initially I wasn't used to this, but the more I've used Pixel devices with this button layout on the right-hand side, the more comfortable I've become with it, and I'm quite happy that that's there now. And then at the bottom here we have the speaker holes and that USB Type-C port. So in terms of hardware, that's a quick walkthrough about what it looks like. In terms of feel, my subjective feel of this feels really nice to hold. It's maybe a little bit slippery. You might not catch it out on the camera here, but it is a bit of a fingerprint magnet in first impressions, but it looks lovely. I do quite like this color called coral. Anyway, the Google Pixel 7a is powered by the same chip as we have in the Google Pixel 7 Pro, my main smartphone at the moment. It's that Google Tensor G2 5nm chip. So I've had no complaints about it, it works well. Let's see how it works with the Google Pixel 7a in a slightly smaller body, and more importantly with a slightly smaller battery. We'll need to put the device through its paces, so keep an eye out on the Tech Travel Geeks YouTube channel. The full long-term review is about a month to a month and a half away. Right, time to wrap up and remind you that tomorrow we'll be doing a full setup video about the device with a SIM card and doing the whole software setup, and future videos about this device and others are on their way. Thanks for watching if you made it this far, and if you don't already, please do subscribe to the Tech Travel Geeks here on YouTube. Thanks for watching, goodbye.